Open your hearts and minds. It's time for Love in the Morning, and today we are talking about divorce.
Yeah, so each year, hundreds of thousands of marriages end in divorce in the U.S. And here to talk about this tough subject, we have relationship and marriage coach Jennifer Blank-Cool. Good morning. Always great to see you.
Good morning, Emily and Travis. Always an honor to be here.
All right, this is, I'm sure, going to take more than 4 to 5 minutes to have to dissect this whole question. It's a complicated issue. But the question being, can most divorces be prevented? Point blank. What do you think?
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I was interested for your take on this.
Yes, and my answer is emphatic. Yes, and here's why. This is what people don't talk about, and this is what is not properly conveyed. The far majority of divorces are not from addiction, betrayal, abuse. It's not from that. Only 10 or 15% of divorces are from those things. A whopping 85 to 90% of divorce is from poor communication, chronic disconnection, unmet emotional needs.
Interesting.
And oftentimes, in the majority of cases, these are very learnable skills. You know, the number one cause of divorce in that 85% is poor communication.
Yeah.
And communication is such a teachable and coachable skill.
Yeah.
And yet, we're not taught that that's a teachable. We're not taught to learn that and know that. I was just talking with a divorce coach yesterday, and we were joking yet being serious about the fact that they don't teach how to pick the right partner in school. I mean, to me and her, that's just as important, if not as important, as running your finances.
Right.
Definitely more important than some of these algebra problems my sons are working on. But in all seriousness, you know, picking the right partner for you definitely is the best way to prevent divorce.
Sure.
But oftentimes, we humanly pick a partner who's a good person, who's a good partner, but then we evolve, they evolve. Life happens. We end up in different life stage scenarios that challenge us. I see so many people that feel like they're the only ones that are experiencing what they experience. They come to me and they feel broken.
Yeah.
They feel alone. They feel like there's something horribly wrong with them. And it's always my honor to be able to point out some of these facts and data points as a starting place to let people know, no, this is such the common play out of a long-term relationship or marriage. Especially if you're talking about a long-term marriage with kids.
Yeah.
You know, you're juggling careers, parenting, all the responsibilities on your plate. It's so human to get lost.
Sure.
To just become completely swallowed up in busyness, and you just stop reaching for each other. You get swallowed up in everything else and all the other distractions. And then one day you wake up and you look at your partner and you think, oh my God, I married the wrong person. I'm gonna divorce, and I'm gonna jump back in the dating scene, and I'm gonna find a much better partner. And I am sorry to be cynical here, but that rarely happens.
Yeah.
And there's gonna be a lot of people that are gonna blow me up later for saying that. But my point is there's a big population of people that don't know better because they weren't given the tools or the information or the insights about themselves or their partner to be able to see their scenario through a lens of, this is so solvable.
So at what point then do you try to kind of get in there and intervene on some of these differences before they become irreconcilable, right? You know, because I do think sometimes couples hit that point where they say, I want to divorce, I want to separate, because they feel like they have tried and tried and tried to say, let's work on this, let's work on this, let's work on this, and the other partner is not receptive.
That's right. Most people wait 6+ years to get help.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so what I say is, you know, you can't learn how to use the fire hose when the house has already started burning down. You're gonna fumble, you're gonna mess up, the house is gonna still burn down. So, you know, I'm not just saying this because I'm a relationship and marriage coach, but getting help up front, being proactive, being more about how do we optimize, not just maintain, not just save ourselves when we're hanging by a thread and we're thinking about divorce, but how do we do the upfront work while we're living our relationship so that we don't get to the place where we're looking at each other wanting out. And, you know, I will say, going back to the far majority of humans, though, wait. And I will say my success rate is super high for people that come to me that are like, oh, we're broken. and we don't know what to do
We
versus
don't want
the
to call
people,
it quits, but we don't know how to fix it.
right?
Yeah.
Versus the people that are like, oh my God, so and so came home with divorce papers, and I don't know what to do, and you're
already
my
hit that
last
point.
resort.
Yeah.
Right.
Those people have a lot harder time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, because
Turning it around.
feels like a decision has been made in that case.
Correct.
So,
I mean,
yeah.
a lot of the talk about something that feels irreversible. I mean, people can get so fixated on the problem being not fixable because they've lost hope.
Sure.
And it's not really about the issues. It's about the fact that the issues weren't addressed.
Well, and
it's
you-
usually not about fighting. It's usually about silence. You know, it's what's not.
And you said
talked
for a
about.
long time, communication is always kind of thing number one
Yeah,
on
it
any
totally
agenda
is.
there. Jen, always appreciate your
Yeah,
time.
thanks. Sorry, I could talk about this all day.
No, I mean, it's a great topic.
But hey, if you feel like you need to have the conversation,
Yeah.
Jen is available,
Yes,
and you can
connect with
always check in with us. Send us a message right now on the Coin News AM Extra Instagram or Facebook pages. Your question might be answered right here on the show. You can remain anonymous, so slide into those DMs. We hope to hear from you.
All right.